Welcome to our Tuesday. As I'm sitting here, these first few moments of practice, I'm struck by the gentle sound of the rain. Just had a thunderstorm roll through here. And it's funny, it's the same elements that knocked my house out of power from Saturday night at 11-ish p.m. to around 1:30 on Sunday in the afternoon. About 14 hours. And I remember, or I recall, it was 2 days ago, going through these processes of emotions. I had all these plans on Sunday of everything I wanted to do. And so much wallpaper to take down. So much home projects, and I didn't have any electricity. I couldn't see very well. And what happened that day is I was mad, I was pissed, I was sad, I was angry that I was losing all this time. And it took till about 10 or 11 in the morning for me to accept what was happening. I know I've shared this with you before. I'm a little slow at times. And that's how long it took for my practice to start to take over. I guess if I were showing myself a little compassion, as I tell you normally to do, I did notice the emotions arising. But the equanimity, the acceptance of reality took a little while to settle in. So for our practice this morning in mindfulness, there's an invitation here to see clearly, and maybe it's less seeing clearly immediately, but seeing clearly over time, how you want things to be, striving, and how things actually are. The disconnect there is usually what causes that arising of unsettledness, those unwholesome states of emotion. So let's start by acknowledging what's here. That's it. That's the instruction. What's here? And as you think about what's here, is there anything that you wish were different? It could be a different asana, body shape. Maybe it's relatively easy to find how you wish things were different. Maybe it's a little bit more difficult as you stay in your sit, maybe wishing the temperature were different, wishing your coffee was a little stronger. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. Like, I wish I could sustain my focus longer. I wish I didn't have to go to this job today. I wish my relationships with my partner, my family, my friends were different. I wish my relationship with myself were different. I wish the state of this world were different. Before we go into the critical thinking aspect, try to investigate clearly what is arising and where is that coming from? No judgment, just investigate. Is it first arising in the body? Usually does. Through numbing and disconnection, we detach ourselves from embodiment. Is it arising as a thought in the mind, an emotion? Time for contemplation here. In Buddhist philosophy and writing, there's a lot of discourse on the near enemy to some of these concepts. And equanimity is one that I struggled with for a really long time. Before I studied Buddhism, I was really into the Stoic philosophy, which is in many ways very similar. And in the Stoics, they would say, you don't need to have an opinion on this. So is the striving something that actually doesn't matter? Maybe. Is the striving something that does matter? Maybe. We don't know unless we start to uncover the origins of where this striving is coming from, for how things should be different in our heads, in our minds. Now, granted, on Sunday, I think most would argue that a wet basement and stomping wet area rugs, yeah, I think I am warranted in wanting that to be different. Could I have been better prepared? Probably. Did I know? No. So it could be in the mundane, relatively. It could be in the extremely relevant. I wish there wasn't suffering in Gaza. I would love for there to be peace in Sudan. I wish women everywhere were not systematically kept out of conversations, data, rising, equality, justice. I wish the trans and LGBTQ community at large were not oppressed. So I think what the Stoics would tell us is that we don't have to have an opinion on this, but in discernment, we can for those things that matter. And how a long-winded way, as I usually have, of getting back to Buddhist philosophy. We pick apart that process. We understand the codependent arising. We start to uncover what's real, what's karma, what's in origin, so that we can more skillfully navigate how we show up going forward. I can buy a whole house generator so that my basement doesn't go out with all of the rainwater coming in. I can align my purchasing behavior with firms that don't support exclusion of women and LGBTQ communities. I can use my voice. I can use my voting power. I can work with my elected representatives in the political realm where difference that requires more than one person can be heard, can be acted on. So this is what I mean. The near enemy of equanimity is apathy. When I talk about equanimity, I don't mean that we are succumbing to passivity or apathy or non-doing. I shouldn't say non-doing. What I mean is that we, with pure, connected hearts, see the full spectrum of what is possible. Apathy sees a sliver of reality and says, I am powerless. Equanimity sees that same sliver and expands it to the full spectrum. We are not acting from extremes. We are acting from reality. So we're going to spend a little time in silence, relative silence. If there was a particular situation, the mundane or the extraordinary, that was gripping on your attention when I first started this meditation, you can go there. Or if there is a call to some other situation unfolding, use discernment, not judgment. Not, I should have showed up this way, woe is me, I'm so slow. Took me 11 hours to get out of my head, yes, on Sunday. Discernment. So we can build a more accurate picture of what's here. And I'll pop back in just a little bit. How do we soften our hearts so that they can grow and hold all of this potential, the entire potential that equanimity has to offer? For me, in my practice, metta is coming up clearly. Skillful action comes from a heart cracked wide open, and that takes strength. Think of all the armoring, all of the defense that our tender little hearts have built up, especially for women. And I am talking to directly you two who are joining live, indirectly to anybody who may be listening to this. Let's end our practice with a little metta today. Little, huge metta. May I be safe. Either saying it with me out loud, saying it in your mind. May I be whole. May I be healed. May I know love, truth, and freedom. Extending to somebody in your immediate circle, holding them in your heart. May you be safe. May you be whole. May you be healed. And may you know freedom, truth, love. A stranger, a neighbor, an acquaintance, holding them in your heart and in your mind. May you be safe. May you be whole. May you be healed. May you know freedom, truth, and love. Somebody who challenges you. Challenge may be because of their actions or because we don't fully understand their truth. Hold them in your heart and in your mind. May you be safe. May you be whole. May you be healed. May you know freedom, truth, and love. Equanimity calls on us to see the full picture. And in doing so, we bring all sentient beings into our consciousness. The earth itself, living, breathing, its flora, fauna, animals of all kind, humans of all kind. Mother Earth and all her beings, may you be safe. May you be whole. God knows we need. May you be healed. There's a little thunder here, and thanks. Thank you for hearing us, Mother Earth. May you know freedom, truth, and love. May the merits of this practice be of benefit to all sentient beings. As our metta practice teaches us, we are the foundation of our self-care, compassion, love. We know that the merits of this practice extend to all sentient beings, Mother Earth herself included. Thank you so much for your practice this morning. Have a beautiful day.